Okay. Basically, every single one of these was pretty much perfect first try, which usually doesn't happen. I mean, they weren't perfect, but they were so good that they don't need any improvements, really. So, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the case for them. So I'm going to go ahead and put a rectangle around this, and I'm going to go ahead and project this, and I'm going to project the spoon as well, because the knife is the longest, the spoon is the widest. Okay. So now I'm gonna, because the spoon has to be so darn... Is there not a center point to the ellipse of the spoon? That's fine. I will project the middle here, which should... No? That doesn't have a center either? Okay, well then, instead of projecting that, I'm just gonna project the spoon sketch. Okay. The object you are creating is not visible. Please toggle up. Okay. So now I should be able to measure this. 35. Cool. So then this only has to be like 36. And then I'm going to put a line here. That's a construction line. I'm going to find the middle of it. I can put a point there on the middle of it. I'm going to move that over here. Okay. Let's make it 37. Alright. Now I'm going to put a line going out to here and here, and that's going to be 1 millimeter. Going to put these together. That's a construction line, and that's a construction line. Then I'm going to move this 1 millimeter. It has to be horizontal. It is not horizontal. I don't know why, because it was horizontal when I pulled it, but whatever. And then it's a construction line. I accidentally hit delete. It's a construction line. Okay. Then the spoon, that's construction. Whatever, just delete it. Whatever. There, it's all construction. Except for this. Okay. Now offset this by 1.2 in the other direction. And luckily I have space to bring these inside, so that's nice. Do I actually, because the fork. I have plenty of space. Holy. That's pretty good. It's because of the spoon. Anyways, now I can extrude this by 1.2. Then I can bring this back and extrude this by 17, 18, because it has to be bigger than everything. And now all of these pieces fit inside of this box. Okay, rename this to box. I'll call it case actually, because it's a case. And now I have to decide how I want to put a lid on this. Also, shaded with visible edges. That always makes the most sense. That way I can make sense of what's going on here. How do I want to attach a lid to it? I don't want to be able to lose the lid. Okay, I'll make it a sliding lid. So here's what I'll do. I will put this on this. I will make the lid. I'll put the lid inside of this, and it'll be a dovetail. These have to be equal. Put another line above it. This is 0.8. All right. Okay. And then this will be 2. 1.2. Actually, 1.2 minus 0.8. Oh goodness, okay. 1.2, 0.4. All right. I'm going to change this now to be negative 18 minus 1.6. And that'll give me enough space to make the whole lid without interfering with these. So now I can extrude this. Nah, hang on. I might have been doing this a little bit dumbly. That's a millimeter, that's a millimeter, that's less than a millimeter. That will be hard to come out when I do that. So I should have projected the spoon. Okay, the spoon is projected. Alright, so then what's really going to happen is I'm going to have to get rid of these, and I'm going to have to extend these. And I'm going to have to bring this line down and this line down. And what is this distance here? 1.5. That's pretty good. And let me see what happens if I just cut this out. What? I don't know what got selected there. Whatever. To here. I do not like the shape of that. So I'm gonna do this again. But this time, differently. Okay. So then 0.8 This is how big? 1.2. Okay, that's good. That's good. Kind of. I know how to fix that. Okay. Now this is different for some reason. Because that's on a midpoint. And this is now 2.3. Yeah, okay. Basically 2. So now if I make this .8. Now how big is this? 1.5. Okay. So now I can bring this out and extrude all of this into that direction. And then this is a construction line. Now I gotta do the whole thing again. Okay. And then okay. And that should have done it. So now I should be able to put that there. And then that's ever so slightly too small because I made these collinear and they should not be collinear. I don't know what I did there, so I'm just gonna undo that and then okay. This should be a quarter. And then this should be coincident with this. And this should still be 0.8. Then this needs to go there. And actually, 0.2 is good. And then I gotta do the same thing here. Point 2. That goes to there. And that's 0.8. Okay, there we go. Now there's just enough room to let the spoon come out. Now if I create a sketch here and I project this shape and I offset it by 0.2, then I'll go ahead and close this. Go back into this sketch. Close this. Let's see. Case dovetail, lid. Okay, extrude this from here to here. All right. Now I should be able to extrude this. Basically the whole way. Distance to object, this. Then change that to distance. -78. Okay. And that's the lid. And now what I should be able to do is if I move this way the heck out, that'll let me, so that'll slide up and down. All right. I'm going to go back into the case sketch. And this is going to be 1 plus 1.2 divided by 2. Yeah, so 1.6. The reason for that is if if I suppress this, did that go all the way? It did not go all the way because I didn't, because I changed that to a distance. So to object here, and then I go distance. Okay. So if I get rid of all of these bodies, now I should be able to that's going to be fully inside of it, so that's good. I should be able to put a sketch here and put a rectangle on it. 1.2. Put a line here. Up. Okay, yeah, cool. Then extrude this. And then if I bring back the fork and the spoon. Okay, so they're kind of in it some. So these things are 17. So if I make a sketch here on this, and I project this, and then I get rid of all the bodies. I don't know if that was 2 or 1.2, but 17. Yeah, so then what the heck? Okay. Dimension from here to here, measuring that is 1. So then what I should be doing is take the first extrude after the case, this one, the second one. Point 4. And then the last extrude. Okay, so now if I bring back this and the spoon, it can slide across the spoon. And now because of the shape of this, it's going to be really hard to fit this into here as a separate piece. So I wonder if this is able to be printed in place. Oh, I'm going to have to get an extremely good tolerance. Hey, wait a minute. Where's the... Oh, there it is. Okay. This was on this side, right? Okay, good. Okay, rename this as case. And rename this as lid. This will be the top, so this is where I'm going to have to put the keyring holes. Is on this corner here. What is that angle? How do you spell tongue again? I think. Whatever. Alright. So now if I move this way, yeah, 79. Right? And all the things are in it. That'll keep it. See, that would be a permanent setup right there. And it wouldn't be able to come out, but that means it wouldn't be able to go in either. So how can I make this assemblable, or will I have to make it a print in place thing? And if I make it print in place, how am I going to make it printable so that this doesn't, so that this surface doesn't fail? I would have to print it in this orientation, wouldn't I? Hang on a second, what is this? Okay, that was bugging me. I don't want to print it in that orientation because this is tall and thin. Tall and thin things don't like to finish. Is there a limit? Is there something restricting this size here? That's driven. Why is it driven? Okay, let me see. let me unsuppress. Let me unsuppress this and try and see if I can case appearance. Make that clear. What? Why is it black? Okay. That's easier to see through. Okay. Can I get away with... You know what I can do? You know what I can do? I can probably... What in the world? Okay, there it is. I can probably... So if I bring this back, that might give me just enough space to slide that in and out to like right, it might be able to give me just enough space to rotate it like this, right? I'd put it in this orientation and then rotate it and let it slide down. So I think that would be a good idea. Now what I've got to do is see about whether I can and then get the these ones as well. And something like 2 ought to work. If I suppress this, yeah, everything should be good. Then there's room to spare for the utensils, the utensil heads, so I think that's good. So now I have to put the, this here is going to be a grip texture. I just move this. No? Oh, I'll move this, yeah. Okay, offset this one. offset this one and offset this one. And this will be, let's see, minus 0.6. Oh wait, hang on. This is greater than 1.2, isn't it? It's a total of 2.862. Okay, cool. So then this can actually be -1. And then I can do 0.5 there, and then okay, so what that does is interesting, because this middle one's bigger, but whatever, it's not a big deal. That middle one's only bigger there. What the heck? Huh. Okay. Oh, I see. There. Okay. So now what that will be is a just a little grippy surface to be able to slide the thing up, to be able to slide the lid out. And then now I can add the keyring holes. Take the case. What? No. Take the case. Change its appearance back to the default. And then how do I want to make the keyring holes? Put a mid-plane inside of this. Put a sketch here. And project the surfaces here. Put a circle around this. I happen to have some key rings that I can measure their radius. These are assorted sizes. Let me get the big one. And this key ring has a diameter of 32 millimeters. That's pretty big. Holy, that is very big. And then if I get the smaller one, that has a diameter of 23. These are massive. Then the 32 one would go through like... Yeah, okay. Now what I'm gonna do is make a sketch here. No. Put a sketch here. And put a tiny circle that can fit the key ring through it. So this has a width of 3. The other one has a width of 3. So make it 5 at least. Let's make it 6. And then put it there. Project the circle here. Get rid of this other sketch. And then how many? The annoying part is that I need to know where this intersects with this. I know how to do that. Okay. Now project this point here. Okay. And put this on it. Okay. Now I should be able to sweep this on this, and that should be good enough to put a key ring through it. I should have also had the fork and the spoon and the butter knife, but these are going in the wrong direction. If I move this to rotate it on this axis by 180 degrees, and I make this clear again, and then I move this down. Oh yeah, there's plenty of space for that. Okay. So I can suppress this, and then I can change this back to the default. I can bring this, and then I can go ahead and do all that. And now I'm going to look for where was it? Was it here? Was it this? No. Nope. There it is. All right. Face. This face. $90 degrees. Let's. Okay. How do I scale this? There we go. If I move this, I scale it just a little bit more. Okay, so I was joking around at work, and we thought it'd be funny to put Hello Kitty on this. So so start a sketch on this, and then I'm just gonna trace this Hello Kitty. Do I want to do a bunch of straight lines, or do I want to do curves? Curves can be faster, but straight lines can be easier. Hang on. There was a... Oh, wait. Sketch, grid, snap. Take away snap, because that makes it easier to do these things. Like that. Like that. Like that. Like that. That's good, I think. That's pretty good. I'm gonna redo that one. All right. And then And that's a straight line. All right. And then another straight line going this way, and an arc going about there, and about there, and then the bow. Where was that? Oh, okay. That one's also not really curved as well as I would like it to be. There we go. Just put a circle for the middle part and another circle Okay. All right. And then one more going to about there. Ah, whatever. That's, let's see what I can offset. Negative 0.8. Minus 0.8. Alright, then I have to extend this into that and trim it this. Gonna go ahead and offset this by that much and offset that by that much, trim it up. Trim these. Okay, and then do this. And this. Extend that just to make sure, and then extend that. Trim this down. Okay. Get that and that. That's only... Where's the, okay, so it's being here. Ah. Okay. So I've got that, 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 that. Okay. I need this. Ah. Okay, and then this. I can select whatever I want. Okay. Now I can do the arm. Trim this much and then offset this by 0.8. Okay, cancel that. And then I can do the eyes and the nose, which are ellipses. Copy, paste. And then another one for the nose. Okay. And now if I just extrude this, and never mind because this never finished. What was I? Okay, so it's in here. Okay, cool. Now I can extrude all of this. I think I'm just gonna do the whole bow. I forgot to do the thing there, but that's fine. So now if I get rid of this, that's hilarious. So let me just go back down and finish this up. Okay, good enough. Okay. So now if I go back into this last one, and I do that, and that, then I get rid of the canvas, and that's Hello Kitty, without the whiskers. I forgot the whiskers. So just an arc for each whisker. And then offset each whisker Oh, that's unfortunate. I was hoping it would do the whole all the way around thing. Oh well. .8. And I'll just so now I'll just move the whiskers then. What in the world? I don't know why these have tangent constraints. But whatever. This has a tangent constraint too. What in the why? Okay. Okay. I don't know what I did there, but all right. I turned off snapping and then things still want to snap to things. It's just so annoying. It's because when you turn off snapping, it turns off snapping to the grid. But it doesn't turn off snapping to relationships. Okay. Now include the whiskers as well. There. It's Hello Kitty. And that's going to be really funny. That's going to be really funny. If it'll print, but yeah. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and do the outline of the bow. Oops. Extend this. And this. No, this. Extend these. Yeah, okay. Oh no, that looks worse. I'll just keep it as is. I'll just keep it as is. This is just a little throwaway joke. Okay. So now I'll print out the case and the lid, and hopefully the lid will go into the case. And if the lid goes into the case and everything else goes into the case, then that's... Oh my goodness, I forgot a very crucial detail. These have to go in there somehow. Oh no. Oh no. That's horrible. Okay, what if I move this up some and over some? Then I rotate it on this. It's what, 17 millimeters? Yeah, so if I take that and... Okay, I know what I'll do. Well, because if I... If I change that rotate to this, and then I move it this, hang on. If I change that rotate to this, and then I change this to be this, that's gonna be annoying. But I'll do it because I feel very lazy. Just project this whole thing. And then minus 1.2, and then this would be 18, which is good because that's less than 12. Then extrude all of this by, I believe it would be 6. Okay. Then extrude everything. And that'll be able to hold the whatchamacallit. Let me see the no, there's not any room in the case because the case isn't. So yeah, that'll be it for now. I don't like that too much, but that'll be it for now. Okay. And that'll be able to hold the... I should be able to hold the finger sticks. So I'm going to save this here, and then I'm going to modify the finger sticks to be more durable, and then I'll have everything printed. But I'll save here. And then I will be back later. Okay. So I went to bed, I woke up. I've got a better idea for how to put the finger sticks in the case than this stupid thing. So I gotta find this stupid thing. It's not there, not there. It's at the end. This sketch, delete it, and delete everything after it. Okay. So, it's actually a much simpler thing than necessary. The lid. The lid will come out of the rest of it. It will be collinear with this, and then there will be a line here and a line here and another rectangle here. That's 1.2. That's 1.2. That's 4.5. And that's 1.2. And that's not 4.5. Because that'll just make it too big. Instead, this is 1.2, and then this is 4.5. There. Now, when I go to the extrusion for the lid, which is, I believe, this. I'm going to change this. And now I've got a couple of issues that I knew was going to happen, but that should be fine. All right. So now I believe there's a sketch here. Yes, this right here. Redefine the sketch plane to here. Alright. And then this one also, redefine it to here. And then this one, is on that face. What's the warning? Causing cache geometry to solve, or using cache. Please reselect reference geometry for, okay. Why can't I? Now I have to find the darn Hello Kitty. Whatever. It's funny because now the Hello Kitty is just in there because I had to redo it, but it's like not where it should be for when I'm using the reference. So that's kind of funny. Now this one would be one of these fillets is on the wrong thing. Whatever. Anyways, so now that the lid, right, comes out, there is an issue where I'm not sure if I'll be able to insert it into the box, into the case. Where are all the moves for this? Yeah, okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, okay, cool. So now what I gotta do is bring back the lid sketch and extrude this much from here to about 2. Actually, no. I've got a better idea. I'm going to put a sketch here. And I'm going to get the case. Whatever. I wasn't sure if this was going to... Anyways. That's on the corner now. That was a dumb idea. Anyways, how about an arc? There. So if I cut this out, will that give me enough space to slip that in? I don't know. But what would probably do it would be if instead of having this here, this went down to here. And can this? No, that can't. Okay, cool. That should probably do it. So I bring the case and I make it clear again. And then I take... Holy, okay. Just delete that. Holy, never mind. Okay, that's all I... What did this do? And what did this do? Will something go wrong if I suppress it? I don't think anything else is wrong. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and delete these. What was this for? Okay. Minus 0.6. That has to be this because because that's half of 1.2, and that's the thickness in there now. And same for the Hello Kitty. Okay, so now I should be able to just move this up into there and move this into the lid, right? And it'll stay in because of the fact that it'll be squished in. Except for one thing. Except for one thing. I need to change this to be more durable. And in order to do that, I was going to make it not a spring, but just a hinge. But now in order to keep it inside the lid, I need to have some kind of springy force. So what I'm going to do is create a whole new sketch here because I don't want to screw with anything. This is already complicated enough that it's going to screw with a bunch of stuff if I do that. So come out from this center 2. And then go out from here to here. Put that. You know what, let's actually make this collinear with it. Failed to solve. I don't know why that failed to solve, but what? Stupid program. I right-clicked you. Okay. And this. Yes, yes, I know. And then delete this one and do that. And then in order to give it some kind of springy force, I'm gonna take one of these, and then this is gonna be 1.2. So that's not gonna be critical to the function of this, right? It's just gonna keep it inside the it's just gonna keep it pressed against the walls of the case, or the lid, or whatever, the lid, yeah. Gonna move this down some and this up some. I actually am going to need to make an arc just to see. I need to make sure that this arc doesn't. Oh, I don't like how far that goes. Bring this in. Bring this in. Okay, delete that arc. And then make an arc that goes from this to this and goes up to here. Okay. Instead, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. That's gonna be offset by 1.2. Holy moly. And put a line from here up to there. I'm gonna extend it out to here. And now I'm gonna make an arc that goes from here to this and up. And now I should be able to bring this up to about there. More like this, and I'm gonna go ahead and curve it And then I'm going to... I never use this. Going to have to put a line going like this so that I can do this. Yeah, 0.5 millimeter sounds good. Then 1 millimeter sounds good for that. I don't know if that's going to be, in fact... I don't know if that's... What in the world? There. What? Delete that one. Redo it. Okay, I don't know what happened there, but... Okay, so that should be everything I need now to, this is a construction line, to get done what I need to get done. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut away it wasn't everything I need to get done what I need to get done, because this has decided it doesn't want to... Why? Oh, that's why. There's a teeny tiny little line here that's screwing everything up. Now I need to figure out if that was, if this line here was the problem. Okay, cool. I'm going to start out by cutting this away. This needs to go all the way over to there. And so does the other one. Okay. Now let's try again. Okay, so cutting away all of this. Yeah. Distance to here. So now I've got 2 finger sticks. I've got this finger sticks. Name this right. And this one is left. Okay. Get rid of the case and the lid and the lid sketch because I don't need any of that right now. Bring back the latest sketch, which was this one. What is this sketch? Lid insertion geometry. I really don't know if that geometry is going to work, but if it does, then that'd be great. Now I have to extrude okay, I'm going to go back into this sketch and make one more line. So that's included there, so then this is going to go to here, so I'm going to make 2 more lines actually. And then these are going to be tangent to this. Okay, now what I can do is extrude the left one by about 1.8. And then extrude the right one object here, distance 1.8. Oh, what happened here? Extrude the right one. Start at an object. This object, distance of 1.8. Don't forget this part. And then the this one, I forgot that part. Okay, so now if I bring these back, they will be on hinges. And wait a minute. Okay, they will be on hinges. That's going to come in and press it. I don't know if that's going to work that way. I think what I really should have done can I? No, because let me try something. Show dimension. Can I change this? No? Okay, I have to go in the sketch to do that. And then extrude. I might just make it go the other way. If I make it go this way, I'm just going to make it go the other way, because then I don't have to worry about it knocking against this. So, go back into here. Like that. 1.2. This would be parallel to this. And then it would be an arc. And then I put the lines there. Five. Three. 2. 5. And then if I just extrude this like 4, then I get rid of, okay, rename the sketch to stronger hinge. Alright, and then if I print this out and I use it, this here should have just enough flex to let me close it and then make it spring back. And because it'll spring back, that means it'll be inside the lid and stay inside the lid. And that's all that's for, because I don't need the springiness of it to be able to use it. You know what else I'm gonna do though? I'm gonna make a sketch here, and I'm gonna project these pieces so that I can okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and bring this down to here. I'm going to make that visible again. And then I'm gonna bring this, start it here, end it here. Gonna change this because I should have done that. So now I'm gonna do it again. Start it here and end it here. All right, that way they're not gonna like twist weirdly on me. Okay, and then I'm just gonna use a piece of filament in these holes as the hinges, and rename this sketch to slight hinge support. Okay, so I've got a better lid, except I didn't, hang on. Okay. So I've got a better lid. I've got, or I think a better lid. It's a lid that will allow me to put the thing in it. So, yeah. I've got a different, slightly modified version of the finger sticks. And I've got a case. So, I should be able to print out the case and the lid and put at least these things in it. And if I print out the lid, I should be able to at least put this in it. And I should be able to print these out and actually have something that will not die on me. I mean, this might break, but if this breaks, I really don't know exactly how important this is to it staying inside the case, because ideally I would be putting it in so that I would be putting it in, let's see, how do I say it? The finger holes would be on the top here, ideally. So like it's not gonna fall out even if it's loose in there. So that's all. So now I'm gonna go ahead and export these 4 things and see if it works. And oh, it's a good thing I did this. Okay, hang on. I'm going to pattern on path? That's cool. Anyways, that's gonna get in the way of the knife either way, isn't it? Oh wait, hang on. No, never mind, because it's not gonna get in the way of the knife when the knife is on the top. I'm gonna put the spoon on the bottom. Okay, never mind. I'll go ahead and export these and hopefully they'll work. Right finger sticks. Left finger sticks. Case. And lid. And I'm just curious how many triangles are in the lid. 2,640. The majority of those triangles are as a result of the Hello Kitty design. It's gonna be funny. It's gonna be funny when I show up with the Hello Kitty. Oh, you know what? I should actually. I should actually fillet these corners here. Stupid number lock. Okay, now I'm gonna redo the lid. And how many does it have now? 3,348. Yes, replace it. Okay, and now I'll print these out and see if they work. Hopefully they'll work. Okay, I haven't printed the case yet. I have printed the lid, but I haven't printed the case yet because, well, I just didn't have time because I had to go to work before I could get it printed. But while I was at work, I was thinking, and I realized something. This isn't going to work where I put the holes for the keyring, because the keyring isn't going to be able to stretch that far. So let me just take, it's a sweep. I'm going to suppress this. And I'm just going to go ahead and put a sketch here. And I'm just going to put two 6mm holes. Close-ish together, but not too far apart. You know what I could do? And I gotta put them in like the corner or something. I think. I mean, another thing I could do is instead... Well, hang on. I'm just gonna put these here anyways. Okay. I'm just gonna put these here. Project this line. And then this line, so I have to put them in the inside. I'm gonna put them tangent to here. Okay. I'm gonna keep that sketch, but I think I thought of another one just now. I'm gonna unsuppress that sweep. Where'd I put it? Here it is. And I'm gonna just pattern it. Yeah, 3. No, 2. 10, 15, 14. All right, and then because this would never be usable, I'm gonna need to actually change this pattern to be 16. It's okay if it goes in the inside the fillet just a little bit, but because this would never be usable, I'm just going to go ahead and fill it in. And that left a mark. So instead of that, We'll just do that. And the mark's not there. And then do the same thing on the other side. Whoops. Sketch. Circle here. Extrude this to here. Okay. Okay. And then another thing I'm gonna do while I'm at it, I realized something else, which was that, well, one is that this stupid thing shouldn't be transparent right now. Okay. But what I really realized was that the lid here has kind of nothing keeping it from falling into the case. So I need to make a sketch here and project the geometry of the lid and see if I can do something about that. And that is not nice, because that means I have to change the size of this thing of this lip on the lid in order to accommodate it, I believe. Unless, hang on. Do I? No, I don't think so, actually. Bring back the case and project this and this. Okay. So yeah, this will go here. And then I'll do the same thing. And then this will go in here. A 1/4 millimeter away. And then about 40. And then this will be on this line. And then I'll do the same thing on this side. Alright. And if I bring back the fork, spoon, and butter knife, there's plenty of space here to do that. So I'm actually going to make this like 30. And then I should be able to extrude this all the way to the other side. And that'll be a little platform to hold the lid on. And if I check the spoon, that should still be able to come out of here. Yeah, okay. Barely, but yes. So now I'm going to save the case in this form instead of the other form. So save. This is in the wrong place. Yes. Save. Yes. Okay. And now I will print this case and see how well everything works. Also, I printed the hinged finger sticks. These. And when I put them together, I broke this. I broke this part. So I'm going to see how well this works. I'm going to see how well the lid will hold the finger sticks in it. But if it doesn't, then, I mean, well, there's ways around it. Because, like, for one, I could just put the finger sticks in so that gravity pulls them, doesn't pull them out, but actually pulls them inward. But a better thing I could do is add a spring structure inside the lid. But anyways, I'm going to print the case now, and I'll see how well everything works together. Okay, I've got the case, which is already assembled, because I figured it would be too much of a hassle to try and put this lid into this case with the, through the camera, through the phone camera. I've got the utensil heads, I've got a carabiner. This is what I usually carry my keys on. Then I've got my finger sticks, the old ones, and I've got the new finger sticks, the redesigned hinge version, with a busted springy part because the springy part just broke instantly. So yeah, I'm gonna compare these two designs and their usability, and I'm gonna check these fitting into here, right? So yeah, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and compare the usability first, because cats like to eat and I don't want them bugging me for most of this. So the old design Gonna grab myself a cashew. And I can still misalign them, but it's not that hard to align it. The new hinge design is easier to misalign. I've got a cashew. It's kind of hard because they don't want to line, the two things don't want to line up. And my guess is that, can I... My guess is that the hinge is too loose. Right, and the reason it's too loose is because I was being fairly conservative with the amount of filament, or I guess liberal with the amount of filament I was using. Right, so what I think I'm going to do is, to make them not as loose, is I'm going to take the left one and add a basically just take this piece that's on the bottom of the left one, put it up higher above the right one. I think I'm going to make a huge circle too, so that the right one doesn't have much room to go to wiggle up and down. But if I grab it with my thumb, it's a little bit easier to control. It's still not that easy, but it's a little easier. And if I grab it kind of like chopsticks almost, which these kind of are meant to emulate, right? This is similar to how I would hold chopsticks, I think. So yeah, I can grab things if I do it this way, kind of. It's a lot harder to use through the camera because depth perception. But anyways, time to put these in. And they're in. And if I move it around, they rattle, and I don't like the rattle. And if I flip it upside down, they don't want to come out until about there, which is never going to happen if it's on a keychain. Put these back in. There's the fork. I don't need the grippy part because I can just use this. And then this part goes in here through the top. And that's the whole thing put together. That's quite the rattle. I would like to make that quieter somehow. And I can pull this out at any time, which makes sense because this is probably going to be the most used of these. Even though this was kind of an afterthought when I was conceptualizing this, I feel like this is going to be used more than any of these. For one, this is good. This is needed for all of these, but like the function of grabbing things precisely is, yeah. And if you put it this way, you get sports mode. I was actually playing with this setup earlier. I don't like the rattle. There's a couple things I can do about the rattle, but like literally a couple of things I can do about the rattle. One, I can wrap the utensils in like some kind of super thin soft fabric so that they don't jiggle on each other so much. Or two, I can make the I can redesign the box so that it opens from the top instead of through this side here, and then I'd have to pull them out. Instead of like this, I'd pull them out like this, which I don't know if I can get my finger in like that, which is why I designed it this way. But if I redesign the box so that it opens on the top here instead of the side here, then what that will do is allow me to make it thinner so that it's a tighter fit so that they don't have space to move around, and that'll keep them from rattling. So that's two things I can do. I'm gonna look for a piece of cloth that I can use to wrap them in, because I like this. Also, this grippy thing that I kind of don't really need. It looks like a locker. So that's kind of funny. It looks like someone decorated their locker with Hello Kitty. But yeah, I might redesign this. I might just wrap these in cloth. I'm gonna try and redesign this slightly to be less prone to this. I don't know, I don't want to do the thing that I'm trying to avoid, but I don't want to do the thing that I'm trying to avoid. Of course, that's why I'm avoiding it. But the thing that I'm trying to avoid is wrapping a guide piece around here, around these. I don't like the idea of that. Oh yeah. I forgot to show the device on the carabiner. This is how it would be on the keys. This is how I would have it with the finger holes going into this, because this is also easy to pull out without sports mode. But sports mode is an option for if I feel like I will be in somehow an emergency for this. I prefer using this one. This one doesn't misalign so easily, so I prefer using this one. So until this one decides to break on me, I'm gonna keep using this one. But if I continue the development of the hinge mechanism, I think that will be better in the long run, because that'll last longer as a mechanism. So, because it doesn't like stress the parts, you know? It doesn't put any stresses on things. So, I'm going to continue the hinge mechanism and see if I can keep it from misaligning. This was an issue from the very beginning, was this darn misalignment, and I still haven't figured out the best way to solve it. I mean, for this, it just turned into a skill issue. Also, it turned into, don't use it this way, use it this way, you know? But that's not enough for this one. Oh, I wonder. No, That's interesting. Now that's interesting. That would suck because I'd have to redo the knife. Nope, okay. Yeah, never mind. I just got lucky. I got lucky the first time I tried it upside down. This way is easier to control. And I can grab it with my thumb too for better control. So I think what I really need is just make the hinge a more robust hinge, because oh, it broke. How did it break? The looks like the filament broke. And the reason the filament broke is because I had it fused to both of these. Yeah, that looks... hang on. Oh, that's a hole right through the thing. So maybe it just slid out of the other end. Huh, weird. Well, I'll slide this out of here. This will allow me to actually try something. Because now I can print a whole one of these, or I can print a big circle that I just fuse to this, and then I fuse the filament to the bottom here and then the top of that circle. And hopefully this wouldn't be able to jiggle too much. It might jiggle a little. In fact, it will jiggle a little. Everything jiggles a little. But it might not be able to jiggle enough to screw anything up, to make it hard to use. But yeah. I wonder if I can just use these as tiny chopsticks. Just that I can wear. I suck at chopsticks anyways, but interesting. Anyways, I'm gonna look for something to wrap this in and see if I can avoid having to redesign this, because also this isn't a very big thing, but I don't like using filament if I can avoid it, so I'd like to save as much plastic as possible. And if I can't, well, then I'll just redesign the box. So